Hi everyone, my name is David Peters and I am from Peters Tax Preparation and Consulting. This video gets into the nuts and bolts of the calculation for the QBI deduction, Section 199A. If you haven't watched our first video on Section 199A, you can click on the link below and we'll take you through a high-level overview of what the deduction actually is. What this video gets into is how the deduction itself is actually calculated. Generally speaking, the calculation falls into three buckets. You're either in bucket 1, bucket number 2, or bucket number 3. You're either below the phase-out range, you're in the phase-out range, or you're above the phase-out range. Now, if you're below the phase-out range, then it's an easy-peasy 20% of QBI deduction. You take your QBI, and then we multiply it by 20%, and that is your deduction. If you are on your personal return, you are in bucket number 1. If you get beyond bucket number 1, then we separate the business world into two different types. You're either a specified service business or you're not. If you're a specified service business and you are in bucket number 3, I'm going to come back to bucket 2 in a second, but let's move on to bucket 3. If you're in bucket number 3 and you're a specified service business, then your QBI deduction is 0. If you're not a specified service business and you are in bucket number 3, well, then we need to make a calculation. And the calculation is that you take the greater of 50% of W-2 wages or 25% of W-2 wages plus 2.5% of unadjusted property. So whichever one is greater, that is your deduction if you're not a specified service business. Now, what happens if we are in bucket 2? Well, if we're in bucket number 2 on our personal income tax return, well, then we need to figure out what we would be on that specific activity if we were in bucket 1, what would we be if we were in bucket 3, and then we need to meet in the middle. So in other words, figure out how far we are through the phase out, and then we just meet in the middle, and that's going to be our QBI deduction. I'm going to have another video coming up later that's going to actually take you through an example calculation of this. But at least for now, this is the setup for how the QBI deduction actually works. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. For more information, visit us at davidpetersfinancial.com.